I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. I'm ready. I'm ready for more.
It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Jags and the Jets, and it's coming up next.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New York Jets. On the return, Deontay Harris. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their quarterback, who's now in his 7th season in the league, former #1 overall pick, Jameis Winston. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
That was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage. Got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Winston. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now Winston. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Following the interception, Winston. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Sebastian Joseph Day coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. 1st down, a bit of a disaster. And now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. You know they'd love nothing more than to get a 3 and out here after having the interception.
And it also tells you a little bit about how they feel about their leader, right? Their quarterback throws an interception in the previous series. They're trying to help him out here with a big stand.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, They have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Chaz Surratt brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge game, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. Sanders shaking and baking. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 3rd down, Winston. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The completion there for Winston. And Jameis, of course, kind of such a boom or bust proposition at the quarterback position. He can light you up or he can give games away. So defensively, what's the mindset with a quarterback like that?
But for me, it's playing more coverage than it is blitzing him. Because I think that he has so much confidence in his arm, he may take an extra chance or two. And if you have enough guys downfield, you get those tip balls or you're able to make a play on the football at the point where the ball gets to the receiver, then you've got a chance to make some good plays against Jameis.
And he stopped immediately there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And once again, this is Sanders. Touchdown! Miles Sanders, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And able to get this out to the 25. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Big Christian Barmore was there on the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Carr. Flushed out right. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Kamara there with a first down carry, but not much running room, and he takes it forward for only a couple. It's 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Into the red zone. It's Carr. This is caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into the... And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Jaguars are back within a score. Extra point up and good by Succop. And the lead is down to a field goal. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. A look at Jameis Winston now as he gears up to lead this offense again. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. Out to it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Winston looking for Cooper. That's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Jameis to throw it. That swung out wide to Sanders. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Carr signaling to his guys, let's go here. Sliding out of the pocket. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off. and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On play action, now Carr. It's caught by Hooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Carr now on first down. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Jets are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Harris has it over the middle. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Winston now. It's caught by Sanders. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. To throw again on second down. Winston and going deep for Hill. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Again, it's Winston. And going deep for Hill. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there just before halftime. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now Winston. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Jets would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights. These guys will take a 10-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break. The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Shotgun now for Carr. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, this from 53. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it online and managed to tuck it into the box. And okay, So much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, but he opted for the touchdown. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of confidence.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Randy Gregory has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And the Jaguars send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Winston. It's Kelsey on the ground. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
A big play there on the catch and run. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, Winston. It's brought in by Harris. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Jameis again. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he takes this down about the 2 before going out of bounds. Sanders. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That makes things really difficult for their offense moving forward.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Winston. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here. Play action. Now it's Allen. Forced out to his left. And incomplete on a deep ball.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at 45. 42 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Amari Cooper, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. Throwing, Winston. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up. On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Allen's throw complete there to Moore. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And this will be a Jaguars first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. One quarter remains here in Week 16. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 43. They're going to hurry back to the line now. And meanwhile, Allen's throw here into the hands of Moore. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen, eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Now Allen. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. Oh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Allen, escaping the pressure right. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. One final try here for Allen. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Elijah Moore, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Allen will try to throw for it. And they will get back to within 1 score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the 4th. And that almost makes it a brand-new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Winston. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
And that's complete to Sanders. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Jacksonville set to go again offensively. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. Again, he finds Moore. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On play action, Allen. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. To the air, Allen. Flush to his right. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. On 1st down, Allen drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Allen. Quick slant caught by Moore. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. coming to his right.
And Allen will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact at the end.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Allen going to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
They'll give to Kamara here on the option.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up. Now Allen. He rifles complete, caught by Moore. Touchdown, Jaguars.
You don't want no problem from me.
Elijah Moore.
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Jaguars have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the fourth. And the Jags are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Huge conversion there to tie this thing up, but they're not done yet. Their defense needs to get a stop.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for the other team to come downfield and put some points on the board, but job 1 was taken care of. The 2-point conversion to get this thing tied.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jameis Winston and company heading back onto the field now. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him on the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now Winston. He's got the connection to Cooper. Now Jameis trying to hurry his crew to the line. Here's Winston. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Winston to throw.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's Allen.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. They had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Here's Carr.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trying to squeeze it in there at this stage of the game. You got to take some chances. Nice job to knock it away there.
You're so right. Understanding where they are in the game, you got to take that opportunity and maybe thread the needle. Unable to get it done there.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Carr. And he'll take a shot here for Hooper downfield.
And this one is incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on fourth down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Carr. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on fourth down. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Another run here with Sanders. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now here's a timeout, as they will indeed call it with 5 seconds to go and a chance with a field goal to win the game. So it'll all come down to the right foot of Eddie Pinheiro. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So it'll all come down to the right foot of Eddie Pinheiro. 3 for 3 so far, and a 4th would win it. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So there was a little meat on that ball, a little more than a chip shot considering the circumstances, but he's able to bang it home in what should be the game winner.
And the key was getting him into a good position to kick from. I mean, if that's a 52-yarder, you're going to have some anxious moments, but kickers nowadays, you do many things.